and welcome to a new test drive from OverDrive on the Saudi Auto channel. The car that we have today is the facelifted 2020 Haval H2. The Haval H2 is targeted to a more youthful segment of buyer. It is the entry-level SUV that Haval offers. It has gone through some exterior design changes for the 2020 and minor changes within the interior. The Haval H2 premiered in 2015 in the Chinese market, and we expect this to be the last update before the next generation. Believe it or not, the sales of this car have been increasing year to year since it launched here in Saudi Arabia.
This car is a popular car in the Saudi market that young drivers have found appeal in, and with a focus on women drivers.
I expect that with this new facelift, it will most definitely boost the sales of this car in our region. The H2 competes against the MG ZS, the Changan CS35 Plus, GAC GS3, Kia Seltos, and the Mazda CX-3. The dimensions of the Haval H2 are 436.5 centimeters in length, 101.4 centimeters in width, 171 centimeters in height, and the car sits at a wheelbase from wheel to wheel of 258 centimeters. We made a quick comparison of the Haval H2 and its competitors in terms of wheelbase, which will now be displayed in front of you. You can see that the H2 comes in second in terms of width and the wheelbase length, but it's the tallest among the competitors. I'd also like to note that the Haval H2 came in first place in terms of length and height, and third place in terms of width. The wheelbase is ranked fourth though. The most dramatic changes for the 2020 Haval H2 have happened on the exterior design. As you can see, in the center, you have this wide chrome grille with the logo in the center. Moving to the side, you have these beautiful headlights. Moving down, you have this nice design. Integrated into it is the fog lights. Below that, you have daytime running LEDs. And in the center, you have a vent for cooling. And below that, you have this nice skid plate. From the profile of the car, one of the most noticeable differences is the 5-spoke 18-inch rims. Other than that, everything seems pretty similar to the previous gen, where you have this nice silver chrome roof rack. Below that, you have windows framed with silver chrome. On the side mirrors, you have integrated turn signals. You have this beautiful belt line that wraps from the front headline all the way back to the rear tail light. Above that, you have the Haval logo. You have these beautiful flush door handles that match the color of the car. And below that, moving down, you have this plastic on the bottom, the side skirts. Another really cool feature about this car is that you have this fingerprint entry where you can just put your finger right there with the key in your pocket and the door will open. The most prominent changes have happened to the rear of the car. As you can see, you have these beautiful, nice, smooth, integrated rear tail lights with a chrome bar in the middle. Above that, you have the Haval logo. Moving above that, you have this black wing with an integrated brake light. Moving down, you have a chrome panel at the trunk, making it easy to take things in and out of your car without worrying that you're going to scratch the paint. Below that, you have rear parking sensors, and below that, you have this soft plastic with the integrated rear reflectors. Below that, in the center, you have a silver rear skid plate, which used to be chrome, and on each side, you have this design of an exhaust pipe, but there is no real exhaust pipe. Exhaust pipe is located underneath that. When talking about trunk capacity, when you lower the second row, you gain actually 500 liters of trunk capacity. You also have this nice cover to protect any things that you have or anything you're carrying from the sunlight, which is really handy, especially living in Saudi Arabia. Below that, under this, you have your spare tire and a jack just in case of emergencies. On the side of the road, you can lift up the car and change your tire to the spare. We made a quick comparison of the H2 and its competitors in terms of trunk capacity, which will now be displayed in front of you. Under the hood, we have a 1.5-liter turbo engine that gives an output of 150 horsepower and a torque of 202 newton meters at 2,000 to 4,000 RPM. The drivetrain is a front-wheel drive, and the fuel tank capacity is 55 liters, and the fuel type recommended according to Sasso is 91. The fuel economy is 13.7 kilometers per liter, and the transmission is a 6-speed auto. We made a quick comparison between the H2 and its competitors in terms of engine capacity, horsepower, torque, fuel economy, fuel tank capacity, and the type of fuel used for each car, which will now be displayed. The interior is pretty much the same, except for the control of the air conditioning unit, which has become much more individual, instead of the dual system they had in the previous gen. The infotainment system is now compatible with Apple CarPlay, and the seats are sporty and utilize luxurious materials such as leather. The driver's seat can be adjusted in 6 ways. The front passenger seat can only be adjusted in 4 positions, and that can be done manually. Most of the cabin surfaces are smooth, and even the interior surfaces are nice and soft. The leather steering wheel has multiple functions and is electric. You have a lot in terms of communication, whether that may be the use of Bluetooth or cruise control. It can all be accessed through the steering wheel. The infotainment system, or the screen in the center, uses a 3.5-inch screen that displays basic information. It's very easy to read and to use. You also have an AI-powered voice control button on the bottom right of the steering wheel. And additionally, to the right, you have an 8-inch touchscreen center console, which is also available. The car has a push-to-start ignition. Among the entertainment features, the car is available with USB ports, and it has a really awesome sound system. The air condition is automatic, like I said before, and is provided with a dust filter. The car is available in 3 different driving modes, which can be accessed over here. You have normal, eco, or a snow mode to your disposal. One of the fundamental changes between the facelift and the previous model is that this model is provided with a panoramic sunroof. The rear seats are comfortable with good head and leg room. Shoulder and knee room are also sufficient. I do like how they've included a middle cup holder right over here for the rear passengers and a place to rest your arms. Let's talk about the available safety systems on board the Haval H2. Available in 6 front, side, and curtain airbags, you also get rear sensors and a rear camera with a parking guidance system. You also get electronic parking brake, which is your EPB. You also get anti-slip brake system, which is your ABS, and you get a brake assist system, or your BA, or a brake force distribution system, which would be your EBA. You also get an electronic stability system, or ESP, from the German company Bosch. And a tire pressure monitoring system, or TPMS, is located right here in your dashboard. Let's get to the driving feel. The Haval H2 has a McPherson independent suspension and a multi-link independent suspension in the rear. This ultimately gives a very stable and weighted down driving feel, but that doesn't mean this car can't handle the road. Quite the contrary. We see this similar suspension system in cars like the BMW X5, and it handles very well. This car can adapt to a variety of different kinds of road types. And at this price point, very few manufacturers use this system, and it's a lot of value for price. In my opinion, and this is my humble opinion, the tech in this car is kind of dated. They don't offer like complex tech such as lane keep assist or adaptive cruise control, but that can all be added on further down the line, and I expect to see it, especially with the next generation of this vehicle. The Haval H2 is available in our market in the category of Intelligentsia. Without the sunroof, it's priced at 55,900 reals, and with a panoramic sunroof, the price is increased by 4,000 reals, making it a total of 59,900 reals. We made a quick comparison between the H2 and its competitors in terms of price and warranty offered by the dealer. It will now be displayed in front of you on your screen. I hope you enjoyed today's test drive. For more information, please visit our website, saudiauto.com.sa, and don't forget to follow our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, to stay up to date with the latest and greatest from the automotive world. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for your time. Have a good one.